Okay, great, thank you. Good evening and welcome to the August 21st Heritage Commission meeting. If we could all stand to pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Roll call, Carl.
Carl Frank, Vice Chairman.
Marion Colby, Chairman.
Stephen Callowell, member.
Gail Berenger, member.
Our selectmen's rep was unable to make it tonight, and our alternate, Corey Flint, is not able to make it. Okay, did people have a chance to read the July 2025 minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
Are there any comments?
No, I move to accept the minutes.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, minutes are accepted. Okay, are there any, I see we have one addition to the agenda for tonight. Put John Croce on.
Yep.
Any other, does anybody else want any additions to the agenda? Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, public input. We have members of the public present. Does anybody in the public have something that they would like to bring up? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on. John Croce? Yes.
Hi, I'm John Croce, and I'm here to talk with you about the Passaconaway Historical Marker Project we've talked about before.
Yes.
It was about a year ago we brought it to you. Do I need to review it at all, or just go ahead? I've got
Give us
new
a
information.
little thumbnail for people that might be watching that haven't seen it before.
Sure. Passaconaway was a great chief back in the 1600s and 1500s in this area, and was instrumental in keeping peace with white settlers who were encroaching on his land. We know that he had a lot to do right here in Litchfield, probably a couple of islands that he lived on. We have proof that he actually wrote a letter to the court in Boston asking for land in his final years of life, and we have a written reply from the court saying they could have it. We have a written reply from the surveyors telling us what the markers on the land were. We can't find the map anywhere. Nobody in Massachusetts or New Hampshire seems to have it, but he was a very important and consequential figure in New Hampshire and Litchfield history.
Okay.
So I've got some new information for you. That's why I thought I should come. A neighbor of mine was high up ranking in the New Hampshire Historical Society, and he and I have talked a lot about my project, our project, and he talked with the executive director of the New Hampshire Executive Society. And he's interested, and he assigned us a contact person whose name is Ben Wilson. He's the executive director of the New Hampshire Historical Society, the director and state historic preservation officer. That's who he is. Do you know him?
I know of him.
Of him.
Yep.
He's our direct contact. He's the one who now is saying he would like to know what do we want and what have we done. So I've been working a lot daily trying to put together all the stuff that I've got and put it into a text that we can give to him. I'll give it to Stephen and anybody else who wants it first. Trying to put in pictures I've taken, information from all different kinds of sources. So I think it's a positive thing that they are willing to listen, because right now, and maybe for the next 2 years, apparently they're not going to be doing any more new historical markers. Mm-hmm. But they were interested enough to say, yeah, we'd like to see it.
So if they have an interest in it, John, and think it's a worthy project, does that fast track the project, or does that mean that perhaps we'd go to the head of the line when they begin issuing markers again?
That'll be a good question to ask him when we actually in contact with him, yeah.
Question.
Yes.
Yeah,
good question.
I don't know. I don't know how we could, if they're not doing any more now, I don't know how they could do one for us, just because we asked. And apparently, there's quite a list of others who are on the line or online already,
But we might have our review in already.
maybe.
If we do this.
Yeah, and we've got the 3 pieces of evidence that are
Yes.
really essential, I think, from what I can tell. And it's just putting it into prose.
Excellent.
So I thought that was interesting for you to hear.
Good, thank you.
Can I ask a question? Sorry to interrupt. Did he indicate that his interest went beyond just a highway marker? Like, it didn't interest him, like, as far as state history goes, like for something else?
No, he didn't, and I haven't talked with him. I've just been given his name by my neighbor, who said this is what he would like to see to go ahead.
Good question.
Okay.
And that, like you and I talked about, may well go into the 250th when we plan
Right,
on
well, we can, maybe when you contact him, that can be something more we investigate with him,
Yeah.
like, if the state is interested in it as a topic,
Mm-hmm.
they might be more invested in putting the sign marker there.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. There's only one marker in the state that mentions Passaconaway.
Where is that from?
It's in Concord, and it's called the Pennacook, the Pennacook, just that. And all it does is mention his name. It's about the natives who lived there, about their tribe, their nation. So, and we have nothing here. And what they have in Londonderry was moved, and it's not even the right place. It's not the
You
right thing.
maybe, John, in the course of doing your prep work, you might want to pull in that New Yorker article that we've referenced before about recreating a week on the Concord and Merrimack,
Oh,
where they discuss, the authors who recreate this trip, discuss that they get to Litchfield and they see Passaconaway's islands, but they said there's nothing with his name except a golf course. There's no memorial, there's no statue, there's
Golf
nothing.
course.
I'm a new resident in Litchfield, and I thought that Albuquerque had moved up here. I had no idea. I could find only a few names that
Yeah.
to be Native
Someone
American.
from Albuquerque rode in on a horse and they named it after.
He had some influence, I guess.
Yes.
So what that left me with was that you had mentioned that you might want to support the
Yes.
project, and a letter, and I mentioned also to Stephen that one from the Historical Society could really be helpful at that point when we submit something. And maybe it's time to start thinking about talking to the Board of Selectmen again. I'm not sure about the steps.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
So anyhow, getting those things ready would help.
Yes, for anybody that's here or tuning in that hasn't been up on this project, the Heritage Commission did vote to support this project, and even, there was a time where we discussed there might be a way to fast track it by paying for the project ourselves, rather than waiting for state funding, and so we actually thought that we would help with fundraising for that project. So that when you say support, we were talking about fundraising, et cetera.
Right, and that's a good thing. There are 2 ways to get these markers. One is for the state to do it, and they maintain it and put it in the ground and all that. The other is for the community to do it. We have to raise, and I communicated with the company that makes these. It's out in Ohio. And it's, I think I said around 2,600 or so, and that doesn't include the post. And even if we do it that way, it all has to go through the state, and everything in terms of approving it. The one difference is we have to maintain it. If they do it, they maintain it, which is what they're doing now with the others.
Is that what the holdup is, John, the moratorium on putting more up, that they're rehabbing the ones that are out there?
And I think there's some, removing some, John, isn't that correct?
Exactly. I
Yeah.
think some removal and some maintenance, and I don't know what the maintenance involves. I've tried to ask and find out, but I haven't got
Okay.
answers yet.
Very good, thank you.
And content, no, so, okay, that's it.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, John.
Yep. I feel good about the progress.
Good.
Yes, very good, thank you so much, thank you. Next on the agenda is the demolition permit application received for 44 Talent Road. I just have 1.5 of these.
Oh, we can share. Yeah, share, Kim.
Hi,
Aye.
So,
give us your names and,
yep,
for the record.
Charbonneau.
Amy
on
Charbonneau.
Charles
Hi.
Bancroft Highway, and Amy lives in Wyndham.
I live in Wyndham.
okay,
She owns the property at 44 Talent Road that we're gonna demolish. So, we took some pictures, so part of the house is livable, and the old part of the house is terrible. It's unsafe. So we took pictures for you to look at.
okay, thank you.
This is the old part of the house. It's the basement, the wiring's, it's just out of
That looks
control.
interesting.
Oh, come on, what's wrong with that?
That looks
So
like it's up to
that-
code,
that's-
Rick,
So
come
this is
on.
all the old part
Little
of the
putty,
house.
you know.
We're not sure on this, because we've never been in the house.
Yeah,
We only have pictures. This could be part of the,
the livable part?
I don't know if it's livable. If you're a dog, you might live in it, even that, I don't know if they should.
It looks like something
Oh
newer.
dear.
Yeah, there's a new section, well, new, in the
Newer.
past, say 40 years off the back, in the front of the house.
So this is the new
Oh,
part of
okay,
the
all right.
house. But you can see nothing's
Pass this down to
finished.
Jim. Yeah,
Wow,
they were,
okay.
And even the old part of the house was gutted out, but never,
So that's the new, this is
Oh,
the
that end,
new
okay, I
part of the
understand,
house. So
yeah.
that's where they're living in,
Yeah.
yeah,
so nothing in the.
now,
the
oh, so
back
they
part.
made that like that, okay, I
Right,
see.
so there's nothing,
So,
nothing has.
but Amy, your desire is to demolish the
demolish
entire
the
thing?
whole
has to go
You're not
down,
gonna
yes.
save any of it, okay.
I've driven by this house many times and I've wondered what the deal is with it.
Yes, this is the basement full of water down here. So they pump continuously into
I
that catch
see.
basin on the
Yeah.
corner.
That's the indoor pool, huh?
That's
Yes.
that's the upstairs,
I
apparently.
think that's the round,
The
Okay,
Upstairs
up
is
there,
that.
down there.
yeah.
yeah, okay, I see the concept, but,
That
yeah,
is a bedroom that they apparently.
Oh, that's not bad.
Great prep, Amy.
yeah,
So,
Tried to be.
there's nothing there that's, we can't insure the house, we don't wanna.
no,
get in the house.
Oh, really?
I get that, and that was what I wanted to bring up tonight, because I did talk with, Matt, the building inspector, because in the comments on the application online.
Right,
where
we
it
advise
said that-
nobody to go in the
right,
house, yep.
nobody to go in, and, of course, we would have contacted you anyway, but, I was concerned because it said, it's not fit for anybody to go into, and yet there's people living there till October 3rd, so I said to, to the building inspector, well, how can that be? Because now you've put us on notice that there's a house that people are living in that isn't fit for
But
people living in.
so they've lived there for 50 years. They signed a waiver with the purchase and sale saying that they indemnified us of all
Okay.
liability. They're gonna live in the house till October 3rd. It just gave them a time to get out.
Right.
And then, at that point, I can't insure the house for anybody that didn't sign that waiver that doesn't live in the house, so that's why we don't, and for the property, I can't.
Okay, and I told, and our first step that we need to have taken, and I discussed it with, Matt today, the building inspector, that normally the first thing that happens when we get one of these applications is that somebody from the fire department, I guess an inspector of some sort, and the building inspector go out, and they give us that determination, because that's like the number one step on the flow chart. If they say the house is unsafe, then we skip down to here. If they say it's safe, then we have little things that we
Yeah.
have to go through. So you may be hearing from
I
him.
heard from him today, yep.
Oh, okay, all
I
right.
gave him a waiver he could sign that he could go in, but then still anybody, if he even deems it safe and anybody decides as a group, if the town's
Yeah,
directing you to go in, then everybody still has to sign something.
and someone from the fire department has to.
yes, Matt, yeah, I think he's
Right, so
gonna,
we can say that the house is, and then, so someone determines that the house isn't livable, which when you look at everything there, it really isn't, other than the bedroom and that.
Right, I see, I understand what you're saying now, the
But,
part is.
but by the time, everybody wastes a whole bunch of time trying to throw them out, they're gonna move out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just let them move out. They'll be out of there in a little over 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're gonna get the asbestos abatement done, and then we're gonna tear the house down.
Mm-hmm.
That simple.
Understood, and where is the asbestos particular?
We don't know. We have to send a crew
Oh,
in.
you have, okay.
Because of the rules and regulations, it
Because of
was
the
built
rules.
You have to
before
have
a certain
test-
date.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
you
what I
have
was
to-
wondering, how you had already
Yeah,
known
you
where
have
you
to
had
do
to
an
go for that.
asbestos
Okay, I
abatement.
understand.
There's probably isn't, because everything's been ripped apart, but sometimes the
It's probably
top-
all at the dump.
It's probably all at the dump. There could be some tile on the floor, if there's some old tile.
Yeah.
A lot of the 12 by 12
Yeah.
square tiles were, had asbestos in it.
9 by 9 was a popular size too.
Yeah, that was 9 by 9, whatever, so
Yeah.
that would be it. But other than that, there's nothing. I mean, there's gonna be lead in the glass, but that's not gonna,
Right, yeah.
that's gonna,
Right.
on the old part of the house.
Appreciate the pic, now, are
You
these
can keep
copies
those?
for us?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you can
fine.
keep 'em,
That's good for your record.
Yeah, that'd be good.
but there's nothing there that,
Yeah, I
you
see
can
what.
see it was all ripped apart before, other than what's outside.
Okay, we'll review these. We weren't planning to make our, we were planning to discuss it after we hear back from Matt as far as our final, decision on what
Yeah.
whether we plan to hold a hearing or not hold a hearing and so forth.
Okay, it's
But
just,
based on that, we already took the pictures, and I don't know if we'll need any more. Do you think we would need any more We'll have to look at them and see.
We'll see what they say.
Yeah, okay, and then we'll see what they say, and then we'll get, we'll be right back to them as soon as they get
okay,
back to
so
us.
what's if they go and look at it, they're gonna, I mean, it's pretty easy to determine that nobody should be living there at the
Well,
way
they'll
they want.
probably say the same thing. They can live there, but they can't go, and the rest of it.
Right,
And then we'll discuss, we'll look at these more thoroughly and discuss whether we even need to get any additional pictures, in which case we would get in touch with you and do what we needed to do to get in
okay,
there.
can we get you guys to do that, because we can't get insurance, we
Yeah.
want this thing to come down.
Yeah, right, as soon as they move,
As soon as
yeah.
they move out,
No, I understand,
we
yeah.
wanna tear it down.
Yep, no, I get it. So,
And I can get you in there anytime you need to. They know that will occur.
right, okay, so we'll review these, and we'll just decide, it maybe that we don't even need any other ones, I'm not sure, but I expect that I'll hear back from Matt this week. No, tomorrow's
I
Friday.
talked to him at 4 o'clock today. He already signed the waiver, so he can, it's
Yeah.
basically just coming up with a time for
I
him
was
to go in
thinking
that.
it was like earlier in the week, tomorrow's Friday, but I'm
Yeah.
sure by the beginning of next week we'll have something. And we can, discuss it and, as a committee, and then make move forward on it. I don't think that there will be a holdup on it, I don't anticipate it.
This is a wonderful start.
Yeah, thank you for the pictures,
Great prep.
very, very nice.
Okay, so,
And so that's where we stand right now, we're waiting for that, once they tell us, and then we have our little flow chart to follow through, but, if we determine that it's not structurally or historically or so forth, then we won't be posting it and having a hearing and all of that, if we determine that it,
okay,
So there's criteria in your flow chart that makes you have to get to the hearing based on the
Well,
historical
whether
part
or
of it,
not-
or?
Necessarily.
it's whether we determine as a group whether it's structurally, historically, or culturally significant.
yeah.
Okay.
House. Now, the age of the old part of the house might make it like, significant in some way, but, I don't really know that much about the house. And then, I don't think we've had any, famous people who have, were raised there. George Washington didn't sleep there or anything, so I'm thinking, culturally, we're probably pretty safe. So, what we'll get, I mean, it shouldn't take long.
Okay,
I think we can get back to you relatively
Thank you.
fast. Thank you.
Thank
Nice to
you.
meet Thanks, Rick. Oh, we don't need the pictures. Okay, moving along. Is there anything else we need to discuss on that right this minute, on the
No,
demolition?
we need to
Okay.
wait for a
Good job,
minute.
Mary.
Yeah, we'll wait to hear from them and, we should be able to come along with
Yep.
a decision. Okay, here, if you can, I'll just stack these up. I like the nice big pictures.
Well, it's really helpful to have them come in with those.
It's really helpful if they're so big, too, for me. We'll put these in some kind of order after, I just wanna get them stacked up. Okay. Now, all right, so the wrap up on the Conservation Commission intern project, Stephen? Yes.
What was the address of the home?
44 Talent Road.
24 Town?
44.
44, okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay, Conservation Commission intern project wrap up.
The Conservation Commission intern project has been completed. And we have come up with a large map, which will go in the kiosk across from the Historical Society building, and it will lay out, informative information about all of the sites, across the road from the Historical Society. And, we are just now getting together the final pictures that are gonna go in the kiosk as well. And then I think that they're gonna move ahead. This is all anticipation of the 250th anniversary of the country. But I think they're gonna go ahead and put those things in this fall,
Right,
so that they're out.
so when people stop and look at the muster field, they'll
Know what they're looking at.
know what all the different,
All the little
area-
buildings that were around there and
areas are.
everything.
and Stephen worked pretty closely with the intern, and I think they got a lot accomplished, and thank you
did.
very much for that. Okay. All right, so work on the 250th, I see we have people here already for the meeting, so that's good, and, we can move on to that very shortly. Is there any new business that anybody would like to bring forward for the Heritage Commission tonight?
The only thing, new business
Okay.
is, I don't know if anyone else saw this, but in Sunday's Telegraph, there was a very interesting article, and the title of it is, "What Does This Commission Do?" Because like Litchfield, all these little towns in southern New Hampshire are having a great deal of confusion about what's the Historical Society and what's the Heritage Commission. And so this does a very nice job of explaining all that, and the difference between the two, and why they often work together, and why a lot of the members of both boards are the same. And it's a great little article.
All right, well, I'll try to get some copies
Yeah.
of that so that we can get that.
I was going to copy it, but my printer doesn't
We
work.
can even
Yeah, and
even
I didn't
post
have the
it.
article, I think I can make copies on my printer.
Yeah, I think we can
But-
post it then, so
Yeah, then,
people can
yeah, then we
read
could
this.
post it here so that
Yeah.
people could, see it and maybe even put it on with our minutes. Could we do that, Matthew? And that way people looking at the minutes would be able to see, because there has been quite a good
Good
bit
idea.
of confusion over this. So, yes, so, okay, is there anything else for? Any other new business? Okay, no new business, then, I can entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay. Seconded?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the Heritage Commission meeting is adjourned.